Well, good morning, or evening, afternoon, whatever time of day it is for you. I'm recording this in the morning. In fact, the sun's not even completely up yet. It's not even 7 o'clock here. Back at 6:41 by my clock. In any case, this is a follow-up from yesterday's video, and the title for today is God zealous, or jealous, or zealous? Okay, I took the bait when someone commented on the previous video saying that God is zealous, not jealous. I Googled zealous definition and found this in Merriam-Webster. Quote, passionate, intolerant of small talk, hungry for knowledge, grabby, bossy, precocious, end quote. As I see it, the Creator is none of the above. The usurper, on the other hand, is all of the above as defined. Now, as defined means this is usurper. Quote, to take and keep something such as power in a forceful or violent way, and especially without the right to do so, end quote. That's a usurper. Again, that does not describe the Creator to me, but it fits Lucifer to a T. And Lucifer, not the Creator, is God of this present evil world. I also want to address the comment made by a young lady in which I shared in Facebook on the previous video about Jews being the problem. Now, to me, that settles it. Of course, it's not going to settle it for people that have already made up their mind in the other direction and think it's okay for the Creator to be jealous or zealous. When in fact, if you look up the meaning of the word, you're going to find that it's not about a loving Creator. It's about a Creator that's insecure and wants control because it's acting a lie. And that's what Lucifer is. Lucifer is the lie. It created the lie. He's the father of the lie. He's this archangel, if you will, that was created by God, was ego-driven and took at least 1/3, according to my understanding. There's 3 archangels, Gabriel, Michael, and Lucifer. And 1/3 of them went with Lucifer. 1/3 of all the other angelic realm followed Lucifer as the one, and he's the one that took control of earth. And I say took control. It wasn't given to him, but God didn't stop it. God allowed it. When I say God now, I'm meaning Creator. And I have to make that distinction because we get confused what God is. God is the ultimate first cause, the Creator from the very beginning. Anastasia, again, Vladimir Megra's Anastasia, not the one that's the Tsar in the Tsarist royal family in Russia. Not that Anastasia. The Anastasia that's written in the Ringing Cedars of Russia series. She made it clear that there was a diversion that happened probably 10,000 years ago, in which the usurper took everything and twisted everything in our reality became twisted, so that all of the world religions that were born after that time, which I believe all of them were, all religion is to bind, which some people say that's a good thing to bind because it means to be bound in love. No, that's not. To be bound means to be in prison, to be enslaved. And that's what Lucifer does. Lucifer enslaves. He does not liberate. He has no intention of liberating. And until something stronger than Lucifer comes in and binds Lucifer for 1,000 years, according to some interpretations of Scripture. When Lucifer is finally bound, then the evil will stop, except it won't really, because with Lucifer, you've got to bind all of the accomplices that have pushed this new world order, which is nothing but old fascism, old dictatorship, an old control grid system created by Lucifer to dominate and control by the lie. And if you don't understand that everything in our government is a lie, I mean, if their lips are moving, they're lying. The banking system is a lie. The political system is a lie. The courts are a lie. All of this is a lie. And we've been raised in a kingdom of lies. The United States had some divine inspiration by its founders. It wasn't perfect. I'm not claiming it was perfect. I'm not claiming that that Thomas Jefferson or any of the forefathers of the U.S. were ideal people. They had faults and failures just like every other human being, and they were products of their culture in their day. Nevertheless, they had a vision of how to establish a government that was not bound by the lie. It was based on what God gave us all, natural rights. Natural rights. They are rights that came from creation that Anastasia talked about. Anyway, I said that I wanted to also make a comment about the young lady who made a very compelling thing about how the Jews have infiltrated everything. And she's right on. The Jews have. But you have to understand that there are at least three that I'm aware of, explanations of who a Jew is. There is, of course, the Jews that came from Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Those Jews were part of the 12 tribes of Israel, and they are the Israelite like Jews or whatever, and they still exist to this day. And then there were the Khazarian Jews, which were created 1,000+ years later, when the Khazars made the choice to become Jewish rather than Muslim or Christian. That was their choice. And then they got scattered all over. So both the Israeli Jews and the Khazarian Jews ended up being scattered and mixed among all the peoples of the earth. And then there's people that claim that the Jews were Africans. Now, I don't deny that they were not Caucasians, like white-skinned Caucasians. They were dark-skinned people, no doubt, because that's the area that they came from in the so-called Middle East. I don't know what it's middle, because it's got almost as far east as you can get, other than Turkey. But in any case, this whole concept of attacking the Jews is not right either, because there are good Jews and there are bad Jews. Now, I'll agree with this lady that the worst of the Jews are the ones that are in control. Just as with Lucifer, that's the worst of God's creation, and that seems to be in control of the world. So it makes it's not a big deal to me. It's a big deal, but it's not a far-fetched thing to understand that the Jews that have risen to power are going to be the ones that are aligned with darkness, not the ones that are aligned with God or with the Creator. They're going to be aligned with Lucifer. And yes, they are holding many positions in the U.S. government and even in other governments. They what do you call it? I'm running out of time. What do you call them? I forgot the word. The ones that are such the evil family of Europe that took over all of Europe. And I don't remember the name, but they are Jews. They are Jews. And they perverted everything along with Lucifer's plan to dominate and control the world. That is not God's plan. That's the point that I'm making. It's not God's plan to dominate and control. It's God's plan to liberate and to put us on course so that we go back to our root, which is love. Anyway, I know my time is up, and thank you for listening, and I'll address more issues in the next video. Namaste.